Thanks to White Dwarf 494, 4 more warbands are making the jump from Warhammer Underworlds to Warcry. Let's go check them out. So courtesy of the November 2023 edition of White Dwarf, the warbands released during the Warhammer Underworlds Nethermaze season are finally making their way to our Warcry tables with a full set of fighter stats and abilities. When Warhammer Underworlds fighters make the jump over to Warcry, they're known collectively as Bladeborn, and come with their own rules for introducing them to your games of Warcry, be it in match play, open, or narrative. Now these rules have changed very little since their introduction in the first edition of Warcry, and they are reprinted in this magazine. However, helpfully since July they've been included in the Warcry errata, which are available for free. You can download them and I'll include a link below. Right, so let's take a look at what we've got. So first up we have Skittershank's Clawpack. They're part of the Grand Alliance Chaos, and they also feature the Skaven rune mark, meaning you can drop these fighters into your Skaven warband with ease. Pulled together, they come in at 535 points, giving you a fair chunk of a warband if you were using these as the basis for one. Their abilities include Musk of Fear and Way of the Slinking Rat. Both of these are available to all fighters in the warband, and in true sneaky Eshin Skaven style, allow you to make bonus disengage or move actions. Next we have the Shadeborn. They're part of Grand Alliance Order, and also feature the Daughters of Khaine rune mark, making them an easy addition to your existing warbands. Pulled together they total 530 points, giving you over half a warband out the gate. Their abilities include the Slip Between Shadows reaction, which allows you to make a small teleport whilst remaining the same distance away from an enemy that's moved, or the quad ability Shadow Ambush, which allows the Shadestalker to teleport anywhere on the battlefield. They also reprint the relevant Daughters of Khaine's abilities here for ease of use. Next up are the Gorechosen of Dromm, who featured in a couple of my fairly ropey earliest videos over a year ago. They're part of Grand Alliance Chaos, and feature the Blades of Khorne Bloodbound rune mark, making them an easy addition to that warband. They total in at a chunky 585 points, giving you a decent start to a warband if you wanted to take the trio. Their abilities include the double ability Overhead Smash, usable by the Gore Hulk, which allows you to cause potentially considerable damage to an enemy when you throw this chap off a piece of scenery at them, and the fun but situational quad ability Wound the Realm, which allows Dromm, Wounder of Worlds, to draw a line between two board corners or two objectives and roll to cause damage to anyone the line intersects. They also reprint the relevant Blade of Khorne Bloodbound abilities here for your ease. Finally, we end up with Hexbane's Hunters, who are part of Grand Alliance Order. This is where things get curious indeed, as they not only have their own Bladeborn rune mark, but they feature the faction rune mark named Order of Azyr. The curiosity being that this doesn't yet correspond to an existing faction, and could very well be an indication of something we're going to see in the near future, be this linked to a Warcry warband or a second wave for Cities of Sigmar. Totaled up, they come in at 585 points, although at the time of publishing this video you'll be relatively limited in how you could expand this warband if you were using them as your starting point, and they're probably much better allied into an existing Order warband. So here are their abilities, with only one limited to the warband itself and the rest associated with the mysterious Order of Azyr faction. The warband specific double ability Explosive Bolts allows Quiet Pock to fire explosives, causing damage to enemies within 3 inches of the target if successfully hit. And the final example we'll be looking at in this video, the Triple Brand of Righteousness, which allows Haskell Hexbane himself to pump up the damage of his melee criticals. So that's it for these articles. For more from me, including more Bladeborn warbands, check out the videos below. And if you found this useful, please do feel free to like and subscribe, as it really helps me and the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and have a nice day. Cheers.